in red?
We're at, yes.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. Oh.
Welcome to Tree Hustle, Episode 4. This is Treesus Bartelby.
Ricky Tuckett.
And Scott Wharton.
And right now we're in Augusta, Georgia. We're about to start a 500 pine tree project. This is actually the second time we've said all this because we didn't hit record on the first time.
Yeah, we had to re-record this, so sorry if it doesn't feel natural.
Yeah, sorry if you feel just so unnatural at the beginning of our... Well, we didn't talk about being a natural the first time.
Doesn't this technically make it a director's cut?
This is the director's cut.
This is the director's cut of the Tree Hustle Episode 4. And that was Charlie Diaz. That was his cut on this big, giant live oak in Florida.
That was a pretty crazy little job we did.
I don't think you were there for that one.
Oh, whoa.
That's a tree that's actually laying on a house.
Oh, the storm work all kind of blends after a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. This was 2017, September, in Florida, with Charlie Diaz and other people. But, yeah, this big oak was pretty crazy. If you go and look in my videos, if you go and look in past videos, I don't know exactly which one it is, but Charlie actually, falls off a tin roof on this and flayed his thumb open.
Oh, ow.
Wow.
So that bites.
Yeah. I feel like I've got a lot of footage of Charlie Diaz.
Yeah, and there's a lot of dangers in this storm work, so he's an extra badass in this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a really technical job.
Yeah, it's very intricate for sure.
Yeah, he pretty much kicks butt at this one. So we're going to be in Augusta, Georgia until January, about January 10th, 11th, 12th.
Yeah, about
right
that
about
region.
there. We're going to be leaving to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Woo!
And we got some work there for a little while, hang out with family and stuff, and then after that, after that, we're going to be heading back east.
Yeah, I bet you guys are excited. That's kind of like where you're from. You're probably getting homesick a little bit.
I do not miss Salt Lake at all.
You don't miss Salt Lake?
No.
That's the farthest west that I've ever been.
Yeah.
The furthest
really?
west I've been is Tennessee or Kentucky.
We're going to go out to Utah and then come all the way back to Louisiana.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool doing the long distance jumps from state to state, seeing everything in between, all the potentials.
Yeah, it was definitely a interesting trip.
And it's crazy, the stuff about Charlie Diaz. It's cool watching him work because that guy is an incredible teacher. Did some storm work with him, and he'll just kind of he teaches you without even realizing what he's doing. He just goes about telling you a story that you learn from.
Gotcha.
With all of his mistakes.
It seems like him and his crane operator have some really good synchronicity here. They're really in tune with each other and know what they're doing.
Yeah, so the crane operator is Jake. I forget his last name. But he was good. He was pretty good.
Yeah, he seems to be rolling smooth.
And we have all the Cena headsets on our helmets. So that makes a big difference. I would highly advise everybody to go get Cena's. The crane was pretty far away too, so we were going pretty light with everything.
Yeah, you can tell that for sure. But better safe than sorry. You just got to do it the way you got to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now at this point, I think that we're trimming all the weight and getting it right down to the, look at that ladder. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's scary.
That is terrifying.
That ladder gives me anxiety just looking at it.
I think that it's leaning up on the roof.
That's what I was thinking too.
It is leaning from the ground all the way up.
Can't even see the house. That's what's so crazy about it.
Yeah. Oh, it kind of changed angle there. I wonder if, you know what? I never really thought No, I don't think this is. I don't think that there is a video of him falling right there. No, there isn't. Here's another storm piece. This was also Hurricane Irma, 2017.
And that's some really humid weather to work in.
Oh yeah.
That time of the
I
year.
feel like you can see the humidity in the screen right there.
You can
Oh,
see
look
it
at
in the
those
sky.
clouds. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah, I bet it's
September
thick.
of 2017.
Oh yeah, in Florida. No, where were you in Florida? How far south?
We were all over the whole thing. We went all the way down to Miami.
Oh wow.
We were in Pinellas County. We were in Orlando. I mean, we're over the whole thing, just everywhere. We even did some work in Jacksonville. So we did the whole thing, both sides.
Oh wow.
A lot of traveling. It was a bit of a shit show.
And after hearing about those hurricanes and seeing them on maps and then going and seeing the actual damage that it does to the state and people's properties and stuff, it's pretty shocking to
Oh yeah, I bet it's eye-opening for sure.
reflect and think about it, definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely shitty. I guess there's really no other word to say it. Like
And it's chaotic.
yeah, it's chaotic. I mean, I really have a hard time doing storm work or really wanting to even do it anymore because the devastation is almost just, feels like you're almost just there to be taking advantage. So, who's that? Oh, that's his little helper, I see. Yeah, I was wondering who that guy was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a jacaranda. These are pretty cool trees.
I've never seen one of those before. I like it. It's
Yeah.
interesting bark it has on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost reminds me of an apple in a way.
Yeah, it does like have an apple structure, like massive apple structure to it. I could see that for sure.
But yeah, I guess it's not probably not a real strong wood because the way it uprooted, it just looks like it's kind of weak.
Well, the way that Florida, the state is too, is on a giant sandbank too, so
Yeah, so nothing
Yeah,
roots.
exactly.
Nothing roots.
everything's super shallow, so
Yeah.
wind just literally like blowing down toothpicks.
Gotcha.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Everything is super shallow in Florida. The live oak trees seem to do pretty well. Everything else will easily tip over. But even live oaks will tip over. All of them tip over. And he's pulling that big sucker off. There you go. It looks like it's released. Take her away. Jake on the crane again. But yeah. Anyway, so we're going to be doing some stand-up this week. Where are we going, Scott?
I'm not sure exactly where we're going, but there's 3 different. Joe's Underground in Augusta is one of the places I think that we're going to be going. But there's two other spots that we can hit in town too. Maybe possible 3 open mics a week.
Hell yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, we're going to start trying to add that sort of thing into our travel routine. Just going out and telling jokes on stage and stuff.
Yeah, so come out and see us laugh when we're in your region,
Yes.
when you're in the area.
Yes.
So we're going to be here until about mid-January. So if you're in South Carolina or North Georgia, in the Augusta-Aiken area, come see us.
Yeah, we'll be here for like over a month.
Or even if you want to just plan on a road trip, we'll be here all month.
Yeah, exactly. Come see the crew and me.
Yeah, hang out with us. We'll make some good food, have some good laughs, and
Drink some good coffee.
And drink some good coffee. We got more coffee makers.
Yes.
And I'm going to go
Be an alley.
online and try to find the...
Smaller version.
No, just the ring.
Oh,
The
to fix
grommet.
the one.
They have to sell the grommet.
For sure,
I think.
for sure.
I'm sure that those... I was looking for one there, but yeah, I ruined one of my coffee maker, everybody. I tried to make coffee with no water, and it melted my grommet.
Yeah, that was a sad day for the tree hustle.
Yes, sad day. I mean, I still made coffee. It just leaked half of the coffee and made the other half.
synchronistically enough, though, where we're staying at now is right across from Bed Bath & Beyond, and that seems to be the place to get those coffee makers.
Yep. So that was cool. That was cool. Oh, I wonder what this... Oh, yeah, look at this. This is a Cuban Laurel. Florida, 2017. Irma. I think I'm going through
The
a lot of
storm
Irma.
special.
Yeah, this is the storm special. We did just get off the storm. There's really not much of that. I don't think there's any of that footage in here. Right
No.
now, I'm just trying to... This is all a year old, all this footage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
And this is with Charlie Diaz again?
yeah, this is with Charlie Diaz again. Just Charlie Diaz and I. And then other people that worked with us, but, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And then, some other people. Anyways, so, yeah. So, I don't know, I was thinking that I could start using all that footage I never used that's good, like, time-lapse material. I really like the way the clouds move and all
Yeah,
these. And all
it's
these.
soothing.
It's like, it's kind of a neat backdrop to a conversation.
This is just one of those Tree Hustle podcasts that you can just put on and mute, and you can just watch it and go take a little nap if you want, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Yeah, put it on your
serenade you
big
to
screen.
sleep watching the clouds.
Watch the clouds. Or
And the
if you
crane
need
work.
something to look at while you hear, there you go. I gave you something to look at. Okay, I took care of you.
Yeah, we're
So it's like a video podcast, but you don't have to look at our ugly faces.
right. It's aesthetically pleasing.
Yes.
It's the
And
bounty of nature. It's glorious.
Mm-hmm.
we also want to let you guys know that there's some things to expect when you go out to do storm work as far as the pros and cons and different things you can expect. Like, first off, no cell phone service or power almost anywhere.
Oh, yeah. No ice anywhere. No diesel or gas anywhere, especially for the
Oh, yeah,
first 2 or
true.
3 weeks. These are all storm work tips. The other thing is, I would not actually go to a storm unless you have prior contracts made and signed before the storm even hits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight up. That's the only way to do storm work these days.
Yeah,
It's just it's owned by insurance
Yeah.
now. The insurance company owns the storm work. They own the storm work.
Yep. So maybe it'll be good for bigger companies in these areas and this part of the country, from like the Gulf of Mexico up to the Carolinas, to try and get bids and contracts with Allstate and different Progressive and companies like that to try and get these jobs. When they come, if you have the equipment and the people and the manpower and the money to fund it all, to get down there and do it comfortably and without putting people in danger or whatever the case may be, then yeah, that's something that some companies should look into. Not everybody should look into that, though.
And for those of you who have small businesses and have considered doing storm work, if you prepare right, it can greatly benefit to your advantage as far as getting ahead with your business locally once you get back, i.e. getting new equipment, everything settling on that, and you're working for a higher rate, so it's a great way to save money and put yourself a little bit ahead on time. The downside is that the whole time you're there, you don't have hardly any modern day conveniences. And
Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm going to be out of the podcast for a minute because I'm going to go make us all a cup of coffee.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate
So,
that.
anyways, you guys just keep talking.
That's awful kind of Treesus. Treesus is a good man,
yeah, and
despite what Ricky Tuckett said about him.
we're not going to talk about that right now, though. We'll save that for a private podcast with just you and I, Scott. And so with this last storm, I went as a ground guy to aspire to get myself ahead with my own gear, and out of it, I have obtained a whole starter kit for climbing myself, and that includes a new Tribonics saddle. I got some Tropical Ivy 200 feet rope. Got 3 pinto pulleys for SRT with a rope wrench, 2 Prusicks. Got a Got a nice little kit going on.
Yeah, you do.
Got a silky handsaw.
You have a silky?
Mm-hmm. Got the the Zubat, which is a great saw. Treesus has been holding to an old time tree tradition of sending me up with nothing but a handsaw for pruning and getting myself used to a tree before I'm able to be a mature. What would you call it? I guess I'd be like a mature adolescent, ready to.
Yeah, I guess that's your apprenticeship. You have to do the 10 climbs. You know what I mean? And then once you're through that, then you're at the beginner level.
Gives you a different appreciation for the tree work for the climbers once you're actually going up in the tree. You're analyzing everything at a completely different angle because everything falls on you, and unless you're a ground guy who's not paying attention, in which case the tree will fall on you.
Yeah. I bet it is interesting for you because you've been doing groundwork the whole time that you've been doing tree work and for years, and now you're finally getting up in the tree. And yeah, you're starting to understand that it is different angles, a lot different angles, and that's why a lot of times you'll have the climbers yelling down to the ground guys for their opinions on where they think a limb is going to land or fall or bend or break.
Mm-hmm. And
everybody has to work together on it for sure.
And just the rigging points of looking up at where you're at in the tree to how everything's going to fall and keep you safe, keep the people below you safe, and making sure everybody's aware of what the climber's doing so that everyone ends up
safe as possible,
going home to their families happy and not upset with the person who dropped a limb on their head.
Right, and making sure that you don't, hit any power lines or damage the homeowner's house or fence or pool or, dog box or azalea bushes that they want to preserve, whatever it is,
Absolutely. And back to Charlie Diaz about that sort of stuff too is while I was actually helping him out with storm work during Hurricane Michael, when he'd go up in a tree and come back down, I would talk to him about his decision making and what caused him to do those sorts of things. And I mean, from the ground, it's hard to fully grasp what's going on, but he's got a really great way to explain things by he'll move his hands to kind of resemble a tree, and then he'll use his fingertips touching each other to kind of demonstrate how the hinge works, and it's been helping me better analyze how trees think, whether you guys believe in it or not.
No, I kind of get what you're saying though. Pretty soon this will be you though, Ricky Tuckett. You'll be up in the tree like that.
Yeah.
We have this great training ground here for you in Augusta at this job that we're starting with the 500 pine trees at this apartment complex. I think we were all saying earlier, this is the biggest job we've ever worked on.
Any of us.
Yeah, any of us. It's pretty exciting.
And I mean, you think 500 pines and you kind of imagine a field, but
oh no,
these pine trees are in an apartment complex around live wires, dead wires, over tops of people's apartment complexes, over cars, playgrounds,
electric boxes,
and
all kinds of stuff.
Some of them are on an open platform, so I'm going to have a pretty vast...
it's going to be a great learning experience for everybody.
Absolutely.
But especially for you being a new climber. I mean, this is the training grounds. It's like where you would bring somebody and say, okay, let's work around wires today. Let's work around buildings today. Let's work around both today.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you said too, there's a lot of spots for big clearings too.
And I mean, it's the best part about this is that Treesus Bartelby is he's my teacher.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better teacher to have. I mean, I've been doing tree work for 13 years, and he's already taught me and showed me a lot more than I've thought that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's A+. He's the best climber that I've ever seen out of 20 that I've watched go up trees in my life. This guy is professional. So yeah, it's definitely a good teacher to have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm considering getting a pair of spikes and a belt and learning all the ins and outs of it too. But yeah, it's dangerous, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though because it's like extreme rock climbing, but you're taking away the whole rock, which instead of a rock, we put a tree there.
Well, then you add knots and problem solving too. A lot of people don't realize how much problem solving goes into being a tree climber and being a tree care professional, and making sure that you're getting your ropes to swing the limbs the right way and trying to guess weights and things of that nature. A lot goes into this stuff. Like, these guys aren't dummies, you know what I mean? They're not just big lugs. I think a lot of people think that tree care professionals are dopey or just rednecks, but a lot of problem solving and critical thinking goes into being a tree climber, especially, but a tree care professional overall. There's a lot of thought that goes into it.
Especially the fact that you're going up a tree with the world's most dangerous power tool.
Yeah. This is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, that's for sure. And a chainsaw is very dangerous. They can be unpredictable sometimes. And
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what's inside the wood or stuff like that either, or how the trees are going to react, or how hollow it is, or whatever. It's a guessing game sometimes. It can definitely be a guessing game.
There's more variables to even
Yes, exactly.
count in a 2-minute segment.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we were actually, this has been a topic of conversation just on our personal travel of how tree climbing is one of the most primitive professions next to prostitution. If it wasn't for tree care, then our civilization would not be able to function the way that it does.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this industry that's just been going on for eons, you know what I mean, to keep us warm, to build churches and schools and hospitals and homes. I mean, goodness gracious, how much has wood done? I mean, how many ships have been built with wood to go discover new lands or protect homelands, whatever the case may be.
Recognition of fertile soil.
Yep.
You know, there's so many different variables. You can extract medicines.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like you said, variables. People don't realize how much there is that goes in the tree world. And also, you know, people, at least for the most part with what we do in tree care profession, doing these hazardous takedown jobs, you know, some people give us crap because they think we're like, you know, killing trees and out here destroying nature. All of us would much more prefer to go prune a tree than to take one down completely. And, you know, it's not like we're loggers going out here destroying acres and acres of land to make way for, you know, big shopping malls and shit for. So,
And then
hippies should hate tree workers as much as they think that they should, because, I mean, we're a couple hippies too.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the best part about that, like, is you're actually outside in nature working with the trees, and, you know, you really develop a connection.
You do, and a respect for sure for the trees, because they're dangerous, and they have a,
Yeah, and
they have a certain energy about them that forces you to respect them. When one comes swinging at you on a bad rope, it makes you wake up and realize that pine is more than just a piece of wood. That
Absolutely.
could be the end of your day.
Absolutely. And I mean, you know, it really is the most underground extreme sport when you think about it.
Speaking of sports and tree work, I think it would be really cool for us to get into some timber sports. I'd like to see Treesus in a high climbing competition and stuff like that. Or get me a big hydraulic saw and see if we can make the fast log cuts, shit like that.
Oh, just don't tell Trees about us throwing him into. Oh wait, here he comes.
Oh, here's your coffee. I still gotta make mine. Which one's which? Green.
Mine's the blue.
Gracias.
Take their coffee.
Thanks, sir.
Oh man, got us some nice hot coffee. It's been
Why don't we bring the iPad in the coffee making room so that Treesus can talk too?
Yeah, we can do that. It's really loud.
Because Ricky and I, maybe sometimes are the best at just bouncing ideas off each other. We need the,
Better. No, it's good in here. Just put it right here.
we need Treesus to make the Holy Trinity of tree talk.
Oh,
This
yeah.
The
This
Holy
is-
Trinity.
I guess we could just put it right here.
And to be fair, this is the first Tree Hustle episode we've done not around an open fire.
Is it?
No, we did one in the rain during a truck, but other than
Yeah.
that, it's been around an open fire.
Really?
We try to keep it natural.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
this is pretty natural though. I mean, there's a single microphone on the iPad. Like, this is about as basic as it gets. This is just like GoPro videos and iPad
Yeah.
footage
We're literally just
Mhm.
walking around the apartment watching this footage and
and
looking
drinking
at
coffee.
each other, talking to each other.
Yeah, we might even take y'all outside and
Smoke cigarettes.
smoke a cigarette after my coffee's made.
And, I mean, you
and
know,
grab the other cigarettes too, and make sure that's ready to smoke those cigarettes too. You know.
and we got some pretty good plans to try and help with ideas to make this better. So one of those ideas was any of you guys who record your own footage, send it in so we can feature you in our Tree Hustle.
There's a specific way that has to get done. We have to trade hard drives basically, or I'll send you one. I don't know, or I got to figure out a Dropbox account, something like that. But
Also, if you have
Get in
short
touch
clips,
with me.
you can post those on the Tree Hustle page. Short clips of
Yeah.
pictures.
the Tree Hustle, that's a page on Facebook. I'll put a link in the YouTube video. Go to that page, or you probably came here off that page.
That's true too.
And post your tree work, your tree hustle. What is your hustle? You know, that's kind of one of our common theme questions. What is your hustle?
And we want you guys to just check it out. There's old Bruce the Goose Evans.
Bruce the Goose.
Bruce the Goose Evans.
That was a fun time in California.
This here is the president of the HCB worldwide.
Okay.
It's taking down the last piece of a cherry. And man, that was a massive tree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, he's got the top handle to it.
Boom.
There
Done.
she goes.
Just like sin. See, big old massive cherry.
Oh, what is he doing with that saw?
Oh, lordy, look at that.
That's
hackness.
That is dull. Just leaving it there too.
For somebody to run over with a wheelbarrow
Or a stump grinder.
or the flat earth.
Oh man.
Here's climbing maple.
Yeah, and with this tree hustle, you know, like, as you can see, we've got storm work with cranes. We've got regular crane work. We've been throwing ourselves into some residential freelance climbing. We got a few other goodies along with us too. We've been doing our own little projects to hustle trees.
Oh yeah, we're gonna start showing those off here soon. We need to go get like a handsaw from the Walmart or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, we have handsaws. What do we need to make those pull cords? Nothing.
Yeah, we got
We
everything.
got everything. We're gonna make wood pull cords
Yep.
That's gonna be really cool.
out of burls. We've got some. Yeah, and then we're gonna sell them, and we're gonna. I think on all the merchandise that we make at the time being, we're gonna try to make that be our gas fund,
Mm-hmm.
so we can get anywhere at any time and not have to worry about gas. You know,
That way we can get to see more people and do more tree hustles and get more footage and put
Yeah,
more
like that.
companies' names out there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just have a gas account, maybe have it all on a card, or like a PayPal account that goes to a card, you know, so we're going to try to sell little products, whether it's pull cord handles,
Tree hustle shirts, stickers,
yeah, Tree Hustle shirts, stickers,
experiences. $200 and you can come spend a day with us.
that will just pay for our gas and take that cost out of the way, because that's our biggest expense. That's our biggest expense,
Yeah.
besides food.
Yeah.
And if you see that we're in your area, post what makes you a tree hustler so we can come check out your little projects.
Come check out your little Tree Hustle.
What's going to be really cool about the pull cords is they're not mass produced. They're going to be handmade by us sitting
Oh,
here,
yeah.
you know, around the truck and stuff, drinking coffee. We can even personalize them for people that make certain orders, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
A couple
So if
extra
you have a
bucks to
specific
personalize it.
pull cord idea, or you want a pull cord, get in touch. We're gonna make you one.
And right now I've got some crepe myrtle burl that I've been making pull cord handles out of.
Yeah, that's gonna be really cool when it comes out.
Half decently trying.
Yeah, so that's gonna be some good times. Yeah, so let's go smoke a cigarette, boys. We'll just take this here iPad with us. Take the party outside. Now we're gonna migrate from the kitchen to the outside. I don't even know what's happening in the video. We haven't actually been watching the video here for a minute, but if I go back in and take a little peek, I see that it looks like he's basically just taking down the maple.
Yep, it's looking like it. Man, that is some beautiful scenery too.
Yeah, that is. This is in California.
Yep, that was the silver maple is what he was working on.
Powell Arbor Solutions is the person.
Great guy to work for.
Yeah.
I give major shout out to David Powell.
Oh, David is the man. We hung out with him in
North Carolina
just recently with Bruce the Goose Evans.
As well as other HCB members.
Oh yeah, it was a big old party. I think we touched on the did we talk about that in the last Tree Hustle? I think we did.
We talked about it a little bit.
Like a little bit briefly, but not fully. Hey. Roman, you stay. Oh, I guess he can come out.
Free dog for treat.
We might be screaming at the dog here in a minute. Now you get to hear the sounds of the outdoors.
It's just as real as it gets, I'm just trying to keep this authentic.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there we go. There's a little rig.
Yeah, it was very professional working with them. And Logan, their other ground guy, he was previously a firefighter, and he had an excellent groundman mentality for, I think when we were working with him, he'd only been with them for about a month and a half. And
yeah, that guy was awesome.
He had the attitude of a veteran ground guy.
I busted man, I seem to break a lot of things, but I broke a roof while we were there. Not like, I broke a couple tiles on the roof. Oh, and the gutter. Maybe I'm not as good as I think, folks.
Hey, but I mean, like, if you say I didn't do it, then it's all forgiven.
Yeah, exactly. I just, it happened and I said, perfect.
Yep.
And then everybody's like, all right, well, it's no big deal.
No,
That's what he meant to do.
luckily,
No, actually, David and I just went half on it. He was cool. He's like, I'll split it with you. And I was like, sweet.
and I mean, it was just a good time all around. It had some good barbecue that night, and got to hang out with his wife and kids and his autistic inbred miniature
we tried. We wanted to steal it. Not the kid. It was a. It was a dog. It was a
little Australian Shepherd.
A little Australian Shepherd. Yep. His name was Joey, and he was a freak.
And
he would have been a really good addition to the Tree Cut crew.
And then I think it was Ziggy was their other dog's name. It was like a black lab, like a lab shepherd mix or lab pit bull mix.
Yep.
And they were quite the pair. The black dog would actually break out of the backyard, and Joey, the little inbred psycho, he would just watch as his friend would go away.
Good times.
Which you'd think it'd be the opposite. And
Yep. Oh, looks like somebody's getting ready to pull the rope.
oh, you know something else about this job that we did is it was the first time that I ever spiked a tree to tie off a top so that we could pull it over from the ground.
Oh, that's right. He hand sawed all the limbs all the way up. We have footage of that somewhere,
Nice.
Oh, cool.
I think.
Yeah, hey, we'll get it somewhere.
That's your first climb, that's special.
Yeah, it was my
Well,
first
it was the
official
second
climb
climb.
on a job, yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
Bruce the
here comes a
Goose
little rig.
Evans.
I think he's rigging it. Oh wait, or they already did. I'm
No,
not
they're
sure
still
what's
rigging
going
up
on.
there.
The rope's going wild.
Yeah, I think this is setting up the quarter rat. They had a nice little 5-to-1 set up.
Oh yeah,
We
they
just-
did have a sweet little. If you don't have like a way to get a GRCS, then just get one of those 5-to-1s that you hook onto the quarter wrap and the rope with a pre-stick. And it makes a big difference on pre-tension of your loads.
And
And then letting it all come out in one big, quick,
like the
big-
creativity
big
really
punch
knows.
of force, you know? Like you just release the load.
That's the sound of the tree's hinge as it's coming over. And you know,
Yep. So that's cool. There's that too.
yeah, that little motorcycle wishes it was a chainsaw from the sounds of it.
Yeah, that thing probably didn't even have as much power as my Torno Fire. Hey, Rowan, get up here.
Roman, what are you doing? You're silly. Roman was down there setting up a lemonade stand. It's
Yeah.
dead of winter.
Yeah.
Strange dog.
And
That was very funny, Scott. That's a joke.
see,
I do that sometimes.
told you this time of year was bad for business, Roman.
Thanks,
Yep.
I'll be here all month.
Oh, sweet.
Catch us in Augusta.
We're going to be doing Augusta stuff. Oh, look, here's the Sierra Mountains. This is like kind of up at the top of the mountains with all the... you can see a lot of beetle kill in this little video.
This is coming back from episode 2 when we were in Nevada. We're coming back from Nevada. This is right after we crossed back into California.
Yeah, this is right after we went and saw Rob Gill.
And just welcomed ourselves back into the California life. And,
Yeah,
yep.
good times. Oh, there's me. I'm like, hey, look at me. I look like the Unabomber right there. Like,
You look like a 2018
It's-
Charles Manson.
yeah, it's not, it's, you know, it's been likened to me before.
Unabomb Manson.
Yep.
You know that Manson joke? We're going to have to go ahead and credit that to Brandon Moore. Follow him on Facebook.
Yes, go follow that guy. There's the tree truck for tree cut with the sweet hood scoops on it, which I miss dearly. Now my truck looks stock and gay.
And if you look in that bottom left-hand corner, you'll see all of California's water supply.
And Joe Rogan just went live on the Fight Companion, but we only see that on our thing.
You might have seen it on your phone if you were
Right,
watching
yeah.
at this time of day on this day.
Yeah, then you would know exactly when
Yep.
we.
Write it down.
Yep, and that's your little prize.
Yeah, and I think right after this,
That's a little gift to yourself.
Yeah,
You do.
you're welcome.
right after this, didn't we go and meet up with Don Nix, or did we go meet with Nick Smith afterwards?
What did we do?
Because it was one of the two, both of which were awesome times.
I think we went and saw Don Nix right after this.
Yep.
Man, I can't wait to be out there with you. It looks like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in real life. It's beautiful.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's that night semi right there. We're actually we're filming a theft.
A theft?
The
Uh-huh.
theft. Yeah, actually, I
A
jumped my
thrift.
truck over the semi.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
and
great
see
story.
that lake? I drove right through it
Oh, okay, beautiful.
and then out of it.
Nitro Circus didn't want to be on our set because they said we were too ludicrous.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah. Oh, speaking of which, call Viceland and tell them that you want us, not the Tree Hustle. See, listen, okay, we got to differentiate it. We can't put the Tree Hustle on Viceland because the Tree Hustle's not a Viceland thing.
No.
But we can put what we're doing on Viceland. In
Yeah,
whatever
the Tree
package
Hustle's
that is.
aspect of what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Tree Hustle is like its own thing that you're watching right now.
So, yeah,
And it's always going to be like, I want to, with the Tree Hustle, I want to watch the series get better. Because, you know, right now we're doing really basic
that's
filming,
our
basic
own
stuff,
podcast.
basic drones. Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
something they're going to take over.
Yeah.
What we do want you to do is call Viceland at 646-851-0347, and then just let them know what you think is unique about our story about Treesus and Ricky Tuckett and comedian Scott Wharton doing the Lumber Laughs tree work and comedy tour, and just everything that we're doing. You know, Treesus and I have barely known each other. We just met, so we're learning more about each other every day. We're always out meeting new people.
Mostly,
trying
Scott's
new
a
food.
very gentle lover. Not like
yes.
I thought he would be.
He makes a really good little spoon for being 6'6".
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I'm a
He's
great
like a
little-
15-year-old kid in a man's body.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, just go ahead and give Viceland a call. Tell them where you're from and why you would want to see a show with Treesus, Scott, and Ricky Tuckett. I mean, why not? I mean, follow us in the truck with the tree dog, you know, making tree cuts, writing jokes all day, meeting new people, hanging out around campfires, coming up with material, joking and laughing.
Well,
with
and
the
I'll tell you
locals,
what.
and learning the local way wherever we are in new towns.
Straight up. I'll tell you what, too. We're in a really nice position here where we got this big job, and we are just going to put our heads down. We're going to work hard. Everything is agreed upon, shook hands. We know that this job is, I mean, this guy's actually got a contract, but we've shook his hand. We could write a contract if we feel, but so far he's been upfront.
He's been very trustworthy.
Yeah, he's been very upfront and actually more giving than we've asked.
He's been checking up on us a lot.
Checking up on
that,
us,
make
like
sure we
truly
have our power.
caring. If there was a problem, he was like,
Looks at us in the eyes every time.
yeah,
he
looks
speaks
at
to
us in the eyes. I you know, this
Brandon's
is somebody I
very
can
good
trust.
guy.
Yeah.
What's the name of his company? Go ahead and give him a shout out this week.
Damn, I just know him by Brandon Watson.
Brandon Watson.
Yeah, Brandon Watson.
Check
so,
him out on Facebook. He's
yeah.
mutual friends of Treesus Bartelby and Scott Wharton.
As well as Spencer Breeze.
Spencer
Yeah,
Breeze.
Spencer Breeze.
That
But
guy
I don't know
is
who
a
that
good
guy
one.
is. He's a fucking loser. Don't friend him.
He's
Do
like
not friend Spencer Breeze.
he's like a weird fucking he's like our first groupie, and we never know how he shows up on the job sites.
Yeah, but he's always there.
we never pay him, and we have no idea how he gets by.
Yep. That's right. That's right. Oh, so here,
our
look, that
intern.
was like, I think, a snaggy limb. Oh, I think I just rigged that right on top of another limb like a dummy. So here I am just kind of undoing it. I'm like, get off there. I'm like, let it down. I don't even know what I'm saying there. Should we take it back inside? Because it is cold.
Just
That's
about.
up
Oh, actually, we're smoking more cigarettes. That's fine. Let's keep it out here.
And if there's anything you want to see from us out of this podcast, then please give us your input. If you
Yeah.
want to see specific things happen with our tree removals, if you want us to talk about like situational things
Yeah,
with our
maybe
tree
people need
removals.
tips on different technicalities.
Yeah,
I mean,
why don't you start shooting? Maybe we'll start doing like a tree hustle survey of like post your questions, and then we'll go through a list and answer them in the next tree hustle.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something, but we want to hear your ideas too. What would be something that would that you would like that you would think would make this even better? You know, we like your ideas. A lot of people all the time are like, hey, I think you should do this. For instance, Whitey Walker hit me up and he said within this tree hustle we should really get down to the nitty gritty and show you, like, tell y'all what it's really like, what people are really getting paid, you know, which, to be honest, a lot of people, I think, have a feeling like I'm rich because I do a lot of traveling, but I'm a
No, we live
broke
very on the
ass
fringe.
G. I'm on the fringe. I've had times where I was doing really well, but I've been on the fringe for a while.
I think the technical term is balling on a budget.
Yeah, we're balling on a budget, exactly. And sometimes contracting is hard. Sometimes the truck puts you down for 4 days.
Sometimes rain puts you down for 4 days.
Yeah, which,
And
you know,
snow.
yeah. So, it's an interesting fight. It's an interesting journey. So his idea was that we should start, you know, sharing more financial. Yeah.
Give one of our new neighbors a
Yeah.
cigarette.
Yep. Yeah, it's cold, isn't it? Oh yeah,
Oh, no.
that's Roman.
He's
He's
good.
fine. He's a good boy.
Also, hit us up.
If you'd like to, yeah, what were you gonna say?
If you want to, hit us up to come work with you. We want to try everything that we can in the tree care industry, and we want to document it too as
Yeah.
well for you, and to promote your company and have you on the tree hustle. But we want to get our hands in every aspect of tree care, tree removal, from all ins and outs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, have us at your woodwork shop. Have us come log with you. Let's.
Yeah, what do you got? What do you got going on? I know there's a guy
us the
up
sawmill.
in Minnesota that we want to go see that's got some sort of crazy massive operation where he's got all sorts of feller bunchers and wood mills and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, let's roll. I want to roll logs down the river. That's what I want to learn to do.
Oh, I don't think they do that anymore.
They're doing it somewhere. We'll find it.
We're going to have to go to Africa for that sort of thing. Looks like I didn't even speed up this footage at all. I just kind of put it on real time, which that's cool. I think that I will put real time footage in.
Yeah, that's good. You get a real feel for how long something is taking.
Yeah, exactly. See what it really takes. Like there's them laying down the branch, and there's me trying to get ready for my next step. You know, I've noticed a lot that if you want to be a faster tree climber, one of the things that can really make that difference is right when your cut is finished and it is out of your way, you move on to get to the next step, that by the time they're ready to pull that rope up to you, you're already ready to tie it where it's going to be.
Yep.
But I used to spend a lot of time just watching them put it on the ground, and that's a big waste. Yeah, what's going on?
I told y'all looking like the Gibb brothers up there. Y'all too young to remember who the Gibb brothers are.
The Gibbon brothers? All right, folks, that got completely crazy.
Yeah, we stopped recording for a second. We were communicating with the neighbor.
Yeah, we were saying hi to our neighbor.
Sorry we didn't warn you about our commercial break.
Yeah, exactly.
We're usually pretty good about that.
Well, and that's the thing is it didn't even do a commercial for them. It just split right to the next audio.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, I
Black
haven't
Rifle
actually gone... Yeah, Black Rifle Coffee. Also hit them up.
Yep,
and say you want a Treesus blend coffee.
Yeah, tell them that Tree Hustle sent you, that Treesus Bartelby sent you. Black Rifle Coffee out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Give them a shout out.
Give them a little email and say you love Treesus and you love Black Rifle.
Write that in your notes when you buy your first bag. That's all we drink. And it's
we're going to be going out and personally approaching them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in whatever manner necessary. You know, sexually, probably not.
Yeah.
No.
You know, unless they wanted us to. So if you're listening and that's what you want, you just got to hit us up.
Yeah, we
weren't planning on it.
They got some big gun barrels. And what do we got here?
We're
got
still
some real-time
working on
footage.
this is real-time pine removal. See the dual fork on this bad boy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you go and watch a video that I have out there called Pizzle Duns, it's on YouTube. If you go and watch that, you'll see a little bit more about what this job looked like.
Well, this looks like, you know, like being a new climber, having a dual forked pine kind of gives you a pretty big rigging advantage as far as setting your tie-in point. And
it does, but there's also like it's a little bit harder just because the extra fork, you know, and there's that bend that you got to worry about. Like you'll get into it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll like the single stem trees more than you'll like the
the old doubles.
Yeah, all the doubles and the
exactly.
Ys.
Like look at that one right there.
Yeah, look at that split out there.
Oh yeah.
Which you guys can't see it, but
Maybe
it
we'll
looks
take
just about like this one right here.
Yeah, that actually.
We'll post a picture in the comments.
Yeah.
Once you have an actual visual representation of what's going on, it does not look as fun as what I envision looking at it from this angle that you guys are looking at it at.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. So I'll set a camera up at the top of that one, and then we'll make a video out of that one day, and then reference this video, and you know that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
You just keep referencing videos.
Yep. So just keep your eyes tuned.
Yeah, just keep your eyes tuned.
Your ears
your eyes
peeled.
tuned and your ears peeled.
So
I don't know what you're gonna peel them with, and it sounds painful, but
Just do it.
Just do it, because Scott said so.
And we're just
Send hair and $1.
If you want to join Scott's cult. The 2018 Charles Manson cult, I've yet to figure out what the buy-in for that is.
And let's not forget the Rick Tuckett Anonymous. If you don't tuck your dick, it gets chopped off.
Rick Tuckett. I you know,
That was a great public service announcement.
Yes, that was. Now I just say this: all three of us will start our own cult. So.
Yeah, join the commune.
Yeah.
It's going to be a treehouse commune, probably everywhere.
And the cult will be.
It's more of a community.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, with cult like this, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do a cult.
Cult is a joke term. If the U.S. government is listening to this, we're not starting a cult.
Yeah, we're
It's a family.
Yeah. It's a family. That'll be quite a bit of our stand-up, like is family-based humor. You know?
Family-based humor.
If you keep it in the family, though, then there's not too much to offend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, so we are about to wrap this up. So to end this video, folks, I'm going to show you a video of me getting hit by a piece that I should have had a tagline on because it went the wrong way.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
So, anyways, that was the lesson to this. I should have put a tagline on it. So next time, when you're feeling scared, you're feeling lazy, you're feeling whatever, and you feel like it could use a tagline, then just put a tagline on it.
Yep.
It didn't actually hurt me. I was completely fine. It more like scared me, and my fish-like reflexes, I jumped right out of the way.
And if you'd like to see it over and over to kind of, you know, like instill that in your mind, then just hit that subscribe button. That way you can endlessly watch it.
Yep, and follow us all on Facebook. Treesus Bartelby, comedian Scott Wharton, and
The groupie Spencer Breeze.
Hustle.
Yeah, and Spencer Breeze,
The
which
groupie.
maybe we'll just start him
Intern.
his own Ricky Tuckett profile so he can act like he's a Facebook guy. But anyways, that's the end of our video. We're going to stop talking in just a quick second. Yeah, I'm good.
You okay?
What? I think him and I did. That did. Fuck. I should have put